Statutory meeting of Biggleswade Town Council this Tuesday, the 13th of May 2025. Following is a reminder to meeting attendees that this is a formal meeting. I can advise that members of the public will be given an opportunity to speak during the public open session, but not at other times. The meeting is being filmed, and by being present, attendees are deemed to have agreed to be filmed and to the use of those images and sound recordings. I can advise that attendees should not disclose any personal information of individuals, as this would infringe the data protection rights of that individual. And as always, may I please ask everyone to mute their microphones when not speaking. So, first item on the agenda is the election of town mayor. Before I go on to that item, I am going to just say a few words. As most of you, I think, know, this is the last year, so I won't be putting my name forward to be the mayor for the coming year. I should say I've really enjoyed being the mayor. It's a real honour and privilege to be the mayor, and I think we've had a really good couple of years. I think we take the rough with the smooth. We've had our moments, as we always do, but I think what I would like is to thank everybody for the support over the last 2 years. For officers in particular, thank you for your patience and support, particularly the admin team who have supported very positively and challenging where needed. You can read into that whatever you like, but I think I appreciate very much their support. I think it's safe to say we've had a good transition a couple of years, and we now need to move on to a new mayor. So bearing that in mind, the election of town mayor. Can I have nominations for the office of town mayor for 2025, please? Councillor Russell.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Woodhead.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second of that, please? So, Councillor Woodhead. Do I have any other nominations, please? So, on the basis then, no other nominations. Councillor Woodhead, congratulations. Can I invite you to come to the bench here and sign the formal declaration? Please, my pen. Yeah.
Sorry, Marty, so I need to read it out as well. Yeah. Okay. I'll just sound it. So, okay. So the declaration of acceptance of office. I, Jonathan Woodhead, having been elected to the office of town mayor, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. And now signed it, and I need to pass it on to the town clerk to countersign.
And if I may, I'll congratulate Councillor Woodhead.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, in which case I'm going to take my leave. Should actually hand over this to you, Councillor Woodhead. There you go, all yours.
Thank you. That's what we need on a hot evening. Thank you. Oh, Martin, my notes. Thank you. Thank you. And if I can just take a moment before we move on to the Deputy Town Mayor, just to have a couple of words, if that's okay as well. If you can indulge me for a moment. Won't be long. I just want to keep it brief, as I know we've got a lot to get through this evening. Just want to say thank you, and it's been a real honour to be elected town mayor of Biggleswade. Biggleswade is a wonderful community, and I'm very proud to be part of it on so many levels. So it's a real honour. And as part of the mayoral year, I'm keen to highlight many of our wonderful charities, organisations, and companies in our community who don't often get the spotlight. So please let me know if there are organisations or who aren't getting the credit they deserve throughout the year. Thank you for your support, and I hope we can make the council and town a stronger, healthier, and even happier place over the next year. And finally, I hope to make an announcement about the mayor's charities for the coming year shortly as well. So thank you very much for that. Okay, number 3. election of deputy town mayor. Can I have some nominations, please?
I'd like to
Councillor
propose
Knight.
Councillor Thomas.
Okay, Councillor Thomas. Councillor Skilton.
I'd like to propose Councillor Alban.
Okay. Any more nominations? Councillor Russell.
I'll second councillor Thomas.
Okay, is there a second for Councillor Albone? Okay, Councillor Strong, thank you. Okay, that looks like we'll have to have a vote then. Okay, so we're going to do a paper ballot. The town clerk's got some papers prepared, or paper prepared rather. Thank you. Conscious of on the big screen, so. We'll just have to wait a moment or two, I think, until the ballots are counted. Okay, I guess the successful candidate for deputy town mayor is David Albone. So if you'd like to come up and sign your declaration of office. I'll let you do that first, David. I'll congratulate you. '13th, yeah. Do you want to read it out, David, as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. And then you'll have a photograph if you want.
Okay. I, David William Frank Albone, having been elected to the office of Deputy Town Mayor, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Congratulations. So, thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, right, on to membership of standing committees. So we need to appoint a well, we need to do the select people who want to do particular committees, and then through that we need to have a chairman, appoint a chairman and a deputy chairman for those committees as well. So can what I'll do is I'll start with PLOS committee. So all those who want to be on the PLOS committee, if they can all stand, please. Okay. So we need to appoint a chairman. So can I? Yes, Councillor North.
I nominate Councillor Mark Frost.
Okay, have we got a seconder for that? Okay, there's many seconders for that. Okay, great. Okay, any more nominations? No. Sorry, Councillor Albo.
Nominate Councillor Skilton.
Okay, is there a seconder for that? Okay. All right. Okay. So we need to take a vote then. Okay, so I think Funder's got the papers again. So just want to sit down for a second, and then we'll do the vote for those that all on PLOS to vote for that. Actually, if you could stay standing, please. Sorry, just it's confusing. It's not everybody is obviously going to be on PLOS. And I can go as ex officio. I can go. Yeah, I get one as well. Yeah, thank you. I'll stand up. Okay, and the result is Councillor Foster as chair. So that's great. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we now need to appoint a deputy chair. So can I have nominations for deputy chair of PLOS, please? Councillor, sorry, Councillor Alban.
I propose Councillor Skilton.
Okay, and is there a seconder for that? Okay, so you've got a seconder. Councillor North.
I nominate Councillor Knight.
Okay, okay, so you got, okay, we need another vote then. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Councillor Knight is Deputy Chairman of PLOS. Thank you very much. Great, there you go. Asia, can I check you've got, Asia, can I just check you've got all the names of the people on PLOS now? Great, okay, please sit down, thank you. It's going to be a bit of standing up and down tonight. Okay, right, so we've done PLOS. Finance and General Purposes Committee, please. Can I have a nomination for Chairman of Finance and General Purposes Committee? Okay.
I'd like to propose Councillor Strawn, please.
Okay, and is there a second of that? Yeah, great, fantastic. Okay, any other nominations? Good, okay, that's an easy one. Brilliant, thank you. Okay, we now needed, please remain standing, FGP. We now need a Deputy Chairman nomination, please.
I nominate Councillor.
Great, is there a second for that? Yeah, we've got a few, great, okay. Any other nominations? No, brilliant, okay. Great, thank you, that's F&GP. You've got that, Asia, okay, all the names, great, okay. Right. Let's all stand up. Personnel Committee, please. Okay, so can I have a nomination for Chairman, please, for Personnel? Okay, Councillor Knight.
I'll propose Councillor Russell.
Seconder? Great, okay, seconders. Any more nominations? No, good, right, okay, congratulations, Councillor Russell, Chairman, Personnel. And we now need a deputy for a deputy chair for personnel, please. Have nominations. Councillor Strawn, sorry. Pardon, sorry?
Councillor Jones.
Okay, is there a seconder for that? Councillor Albon, are you seconding that or not? You are, okay. It's all right, so a seconder for that, okay. Councillor Jones, are you expressing hesitation or? So that's, you wish to withdraw?
I'd like to propose Councillor Gilcher.
Okay, Councillor Gilcher. Okay, all right. Seconder for Councillor Gilcher. Thank you, Councillor. Okay, so we only have one candidate, right? Okay, so Councillor Gilcher is Deputy Chair of Personnel. Thank you. Great. Okay, and then TCM, Town Centre Management Committee. I'll just remain standing. Can I have nominations, please, for Chair of Town Centre Management Committee? Yeah, Councillor North.
I nominate Councillor Sergeant.
Okay, is there a seconder for that? Thank you.
Point forward, Chair.
Yes.
We've had people nominated who aren't even here and necessarily on the committee. So does that mean they're precluded from committees that people haven't stood up for to put themselves down for? Because at the moment we've got people who are present who are being nominated, which is absolutely fine. But we've also had people who have not present who have been nominated, and we don't even know that they're on the committee because they haven't put their names forward, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, I will defer to the town clerk for advice on that issue.
Yes, so I thought this might occur. I see there's no reason why the gentleman can't be put forward, I don't think. So I've checked that before the proceedings, so I think that's perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
Are you happy with that, Councillor Strawn? Okay.
Just a question.
No, fine. I think I'll defer to clerk's knowledge on this one, but we've got some. We've got a nomination there. Okay, I think that's the only nomination for chair. Yeah. Okay. So Councillor Patel as chair of Town Centre Management Committee. We need a deputy for Town Centre Management Committee. Can I have nominations, please? Yes, Councillor North.
Councillor Gary Barrett.
Okay. A seconder for that? Okay, great. Any other nominations? No. Okay. Congratulations, Councillor Barrett. Okay. Deputy Chair. Okay, and then I think we can probably all sit down now for this one. It's got appeals. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll sit for this one because. Okay, we need to do appeals, but of course, people who are on personnel cannot be on appeals, so we need to work that one through. So, can I have nominations for those who are on appeals committee? So it should be fairly self-selecting, i.e., those who are not on personnel committee. Yeah, can you stand up, please, Councillor Gill? Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to be on if you're not on personnel. Yes, and councillor Sajid as well, so that would make up the numbers, I think. Yes, yeah, okay, great. Okay, so can I have nominations, please, for, yes, the chair of appeals, please.
Yes, well, I nominate councillor Surrey.
Okay,
Patel should be on that status.
sorry, councillor Sajid, thank you. Okay, so yeah, councillor Patel. Okay, second for councillor Patel as chair of appeals. Okay, great, thank you. No other nominations. Okay, councillor Patel is chair of appeals. We now need a deputy chair for appeals. Nominations, please. Okay, is there a seconder for that? Thank you, councillor Barrett. Okay, so I don't think there's any other nominations. So councillor North, you are deputy chair of appeals as well. Okay, great, thank you. And then, thank you for that. And then finally, on point 6, we need to nominate 4 members for Biggleswade Joint Committee and 2 substitutes as well. Yeah, and of course that won't be confirmed until the first meeting of the Joint Committee. So these are just nominations to go forward. So just do bear that in mind. So, okay, so can we have nominations, please, for Biggleswade Joint Committee? Yep. Okay. Yep, councillor Albo.
I'd like to nominate councillor Thomas.
Okay. Okay.
I'd
Yes, go on,
like
councillor.
to nominate councillor Albo.
Okay. Okay, councillor Russell.
I'd like to nominate councillor Barrett.
Okay, great. So I think we've got, that's the main 4. So we just need 2 substitutes now as well. Can we have some nominations for substitutes? Please, councillor Russell.
I'd like to nominate councillor Strawn and also councillor Agnew.
Okay,
Any others?
great. No other nominations? No. Okay. I think everyone's happy with that. I think that'll be out. And then they can go forward to the next meeting, and obviously we'll be taken forward from then on. Okay, right. We've now got number 7, which is the representative bodies, outside bodies that the town council has a connection with. First one I have is the Bedfordshire Association of Town and Parish Councils. We need 3 members for the annual general meeting to go forward, represent the council. Councillor Russell.
May I just say that if members are going to be nominated, could they please be available for the AGM on the 16th of October?
Good advice to have the date in there. Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, 16th of October. Good, that's a good point. Okay, so we need three members. Councillor Agnew?
I'd like to nominate councillor North.
Councillor North, okay. Yep, okay. Councillor North?
Wouldn't it be better, may I just question?
Yes.
Volunteers.
Well,
3 volunteers.
I think I am asking for volunteers, but yeah. I am asking volunteers, but everyone's got a little bit quiet on this one. So, I mean, I don't know whether maybe Councillor Russell wants to have a couple of sentences to explain for those that aren't aware about the importance of BATPC and what its role is. That might be helpful.
Well, may I nominate councillor Mann and councillor Thomas?
Okay, all right. We probably don't need Councillor Russell's explanation. That's fine. Yeah, okay. And there's no other nominations then. Okay, let's go with those 3. Thank you. Great. Biggleswade Friendship Group. We need 1 member and 1 substitute. Councillor Russell.
I'd like to nominate you as the member.
Thank you. Okay, and we need a substitute as well.
I'll nominate councillor Russell as a substitute.
Thank you. Everybody okay with that? Yep, no dissent. Okay, we'll take that one. Thank you. Sir John Cotton Educational Foundation, 2 members, please. Sorry, Councillor Knight first. Then
I'll
Councillor-
nominate Councillor Woodhead, please, as primary.
Thank you. And Councillor Agnew.
I'd like to nominate councillor Russell.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Councillor Russell.
I think there's a slight misunderstanding here. I am on the Don Cotton Educational Trust in a separate capacity. But we also have a meeting in a few weeks' time that usually the Education Trust only meets once a year, an annual meeting. And it's in the diary to take place here at the Town Hall in a few weeks' time with the existing members who are Councillor Woodhead and Councillor North.
Yeah.
So it's a bit odd because it's come outside of our
Cycle of meetings. Yeah,
so
that's
if
true,
we're
actually.
nominating people, I think we're nominating them for the 2026 annual meeting.
I guess we'd
rather
have
than the
to, yes.
2025, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so for essentially for the meeting that's coming up in June, it would be myself and then Councillor North if colleagues are happy. It'd probably be too hard to change it now anyway. And then for 2026 year, then we can have the 2 nominations forward. So
I've nominated Councillor Woodhead. I'll additionally nominate Councillor North.
okay, thank you. Great, okay, no dissent, brilliant, okay, thank you. Fen Reeves, 1 member, which is a proxy voter and a substitute, please. Councillor Knight.
I'll nominate Councillor Russell, please.
Okay, all right, okay. And we need a substitute as well for that one. Councillor Straw.
I nominate Councillor Skelton.
Okay. Brilliant, okay, no dissent, great, thank you. The Langford and Biggleswade Community Fund Group, 2 members, please. Councillor Russell. Okay. Other nominations? Okay, great. We'll go with that, thank you. Police Liaison Officer, 1 member and 1 substitute. Councillor Russell.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Gilcher as the member.
Okay, great. And a substitute?
Councillor Patel.
Okay. Everyone's agreement? Yeah, Councillor Patel, substitute. Great, thank you. And then lastly, the Biggleswade Green Wheel Development Group. So 2 members and 1 sub, please. Councillor Albo.
Nominate Councillor Skelton.
Okay, great. Any other nominations? Councillor Knight, sorry. Yeah.
I'll nominate Councillor Foster.
Okay, great. So that's it for the 2. And Councillor Skilton?
I'd like to nominate councillor Alban.
Okay. So, okay, so we've got 3 nominated. We have technically got 3 places and 3 nominations. Is any of the people nominated happy to be the sub, or do you want to be the main member, if you like? I'm asking because then otherwise we're going to have to have a vote, aren't we? So if you're happy to if you sort it out, otherwise I'm happy to have a vote and we'll do it that way, and then we'll get on to the sub.
Well, I'd like to be a main member,
Okay,
rather than a substitute.
okay, that's fine. Councillor Foster, Councillor Skill.
I'm the same. So
Okay.
I would like to be a member.
All right, Councillor Skilton.
Yes, I'm also would like to be a member.
Okay, right. Can we have another vote then, please? Thank you.
How many people do we have to vote for? Just the 2?
Yeah, 2.
Who's voting? Hello?
Councillor Barrett. Yeah,
Can I just check who's voting? Is it everybody?
everybody. Yeah, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So the candidates are Councillor Foster, Councillor Albone and Councillor Skilton for the 2 full membership of the group. The Green Wheel Development Group. Well, it's a wrong result because it's got completely different candidates on it. So that's why I questioned it. Not a completely different set of names. So okay. Okay, thank you. That makes much more sense now. It's just like I've been nominated for something I didn't even put my name down for. Okay, so the two membership, full members of the Greenwell Development Group will be Councillor Albone and Councillor Foster. Thank you. We also need a substitute. Are there any nominations for substitute role? Councillor Russell.
Councillor Skilton.
Okay. Are you happy with that? Okay. Okay. Councillor Skilton, happy with that? Great. Brilliant. Thank you for that. Great. Thank you all for your patience. It's never easy, is it, with all the different rounds and so on. So straight on to item 8. This is, I guess, the substantive part of the meeting now as well. So apologies for absence. I think we've got under here. Sorry. Yes, they contacted me as well, but just for the record, we've got apologies from Councillor Gilshire, Councillor Patel, and Councillor Sajid. Thank you. Number 9, declarations of interest. Any disclosable pecuniary items or non-pecuniary items? Councillor Thomas.
16E non-pecuniary.
Okay, thank you. I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, thank you. Okay, so number 10. Obviously, I've not really got many announcements to make from the past 35 minutes, but I think the only thing I'd want to say is Councillor Russell and I had a very successful visit to our twin town in Erlendsey last week. We made some really good connections. Some of you may have seen the press release that went out. Certainly reinvigorated some of the connections with Erlendsey Town Council, the Mayor of Erlendsey, and some of the broader community there. So hopefully that will continue into the future. It was a great opportunity to spend the 25th anniversary of the twinning with them in the town, and it was very much appreciated. I don't know if Councillor Russell wants to say anything on this particular point while I'm raising it to add to anything.
Simply to agree with you that it was very good. They were very good hosts. And we did present them with a plaque which recorded the 25th anniversary. And I don't think colleagues have seen the plaque, but we'll get that circulated so that you can see what was on it. And we also presented them with a copy of the map of Biggleswade some 100 years ago, which is hanging in the training room. We presented them with a copy of that as well, which went down very well.
Great, thank you, Councillor Russell. So nothing else from me this evening. Okay, number 11, public open session. There's no one in the room. Is there anyone online, AJ, at all? No? Great, thank you very much. Number 12, we don't have an invited speaker. Number 13, members' questions. Councillor Strong.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Firstly, congratulations to you on being elected. But secondly, on behalf of the council, perhaps we could thank Councillor Foster for his efforts over the past 2 years. It's an incredibly difficult job being mayor of the town, and it takes a lot of commitment, particularly when you're working full time and have a young family. And I think in that respect, he's done an excellent job for the town. So I think we should formally record our thanks to him for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Councillor Strawn. Good, no more members' questions. Okay, number 14, minutes and recommendations of meetings. We've got quite a few to go through here, so do bear with me. We will do the accuracy of the minutes first, and then the recommendations a second. So we'll start with 14A, which is the 8th of April Town Council. Town Council meeting. So. All right, page 12, but essentially page 1 of those minutes. Page 12? Nope. Page 13? Page 14? page 15. This is just for accuracy. Councillor Strong.
Just looking at C on that page, penultimate paragraph, Councillor Russell justified the working groups. I think it should be explained would be a better way of putting it rather than justified. So perhaps that amendment could be made, because I don't think it was a justification, it was an explanation as to how, which I think is a different connotation.
I think that's quite right. It wasn't, we'd already justified it, but as you say, it's an explanation. So if it can be changed, Aja, thank you, that'd be great. Okay, page 16. No. Page 17. Page 18. Page 19. Okay. There are some exempt minutes which we will get to when we get to the exempt session. Okay, so we've now got the minutes of the F&GP meeting of the 18th of March, which is page 24. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. Apologies. I'll go back a step. So we need to do the matters arising from the town council meeting first.
Point of order,
yes,
Chairman,
Strong.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but on the agenda we've got B, C, D, and E. These are all items merely for noting. I don't think you need to should be taking matters arising before the noting of these minutes, if one looks at the agenda in the appropriate order. So I think we can whisk through this very neatly by just noting all those sessions. So perhaps if you would possibly look at it on that basis, then we can do the matters arising.
Okay.
After we've got the noting of the minutes, because we don't approve them or anything, we just note them.
Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. Okay, so I'll start again then. For the Finance and General Purposes Committee then to note, okay, from the Tuesday, the 18th of March. Yeah, are you happy to note that? Yep. Okay, great, thank you. The PLOS meeting on the 1st of April, you're happy to note? Great, thank you. The TCM on the 15th of April, note, yeah, happy to note that, great. And then we've got the PLOS, the other PLOS meeting on the 22nd of April, happy to note that as well, great. Brilliant, okay, thank you very much. So now we'll get to the matters arising from the town council meeting. Page 12, thank you, Peter. Yeah. Okay. Starting at page 12 then, matters arising. No, nothing on page 12. Page 13. Can I ask on page 13, that number 4 with the public open session, has a letter gone off now to Central Beds about the parking issues around Mead End? And I think we also included Kitelands as well. Yeah, it has. Great. Thank you. And do let us know when you get a response and we'll share that with members. Yeah. Okay. Page 14. Nope. Okay. Page 15. Okay. Page 16. No, Councillor Russell.
I think we should note about, sorry, I'm back on page 15.
Okay, that's fine.
One underpass. I don't know whether the clerk wants to say anything, but my understanding now is that Northern have already have also supported the same resolution.
Right.
And that communications have gone to National Highways and to Central Beds. Is that accurate, Mr. Clerk?
Okay, go on.
That is correct, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. All right, back to page 18, I think we're on. And page 19. Okay, great. So we're all happy with those minutes? Yep, move it. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, well, we've done the matters arising now, so 14, 15. Okay, so items for consideration, number 16. Premises license application for Drink Tasting Room Limited. For members to receive and consider a premises license application from Central Beds Council. I mean, I'll take some of this as read, but if officers have got any specific points they wish to raise, then I'm happy to hear them. Otherwise, I hope that members have read the paperwork. Councillor Knight.
I propose no objection.
Councillor Albo. So yeah, great. Yeah, no objection. Yeah. Yeah, I think do we need a vote on that? Or I think no, I'm not getting any dissent. So no, okay. That was quick, thank you. So yeah, no objection. Okay, 16B, street naming Symmetry Park, Phase 3 Biggleswade. And for those that don't know, it's a part of the big warehousing area towards the back of the business park, which is obviously growing and expanding. So members to receive and consider the street naming application by CBC. So they're wanting to hear some ideas for street names. Councillor Albo.
Yeah, I have some suggestions building on the theme which is already in place, which is basically around the wartime invasion of Normandy. So it would be nice to have the Operation Neptune, which was the invasion day itself, but unfortunately Neptune is taken already. And I think it would have been nice to perhaps reference Mulberry Harbours, but unfortunately that is also taken. So what I'd like to suggest is, I've got a list of 6. There's Overlord, which is the Operation Overlord, which is the overall invasion of Normandy. There's also Operation Fortitude, which was one of the deception operations, which was sort of key to the success of the D-Day landings. There was another bridge, Pegasus Bridge is already referenced in the road names, but there was and that was a code name for the bridge. But there was one over the Orne River as well, which is called Horsa, Horsa, which is also one of the types of gliders which was involved. And we've already got a Lancaster, but other aircraft involved in the operations were Spitfire, Typhoon and Halifax. So they are my suggestions. There's actually 6 there. I think they're asking for 3 to 5. So.
Thank you for that, Councillor Alban. I think there's some good suggestions there. Councillor Russell.
I think Councillor Alban's done a good job there, and I've certainly learned something, of course. So I'd like to second the proposal of sending those 6 to Central Bedfordshire.
Okay, great. Brilliant. Okay. No other comments, questions?
No, I think they're great.
No, great. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay.
That's it. Well done.
Do we need a vote? Do we need a vote on that? Okay. Well, can we have a vote on that then, please, just so we've got certainty of what's happening? Okay. Oh, Councillor Patel's tuning in now, I think.
I can do this one.
Turn the camera off.
Councillor Patel, can you turn off your picture, please? Councillor Patel, can you? There we go. It's gone now. Okay, I think right. I've lost track now. Can we have a vote, please, on where we are with the street names for the business park as suggested, as Councillor Albone set out? I think they're an excellent choice. I think Councillor North, no, okay. All those in favour? Sorry, I wasn't sure if there's an objection. I think that was unanimous. Yeah, I think that was unanimous. Thank you, everybody. Great. Okay, we got there in the end. 16C, Remembrance Day Parade, and we're now on to some of the motions that came up at the annual assembly. Okay, I can read out the motion if you wish. There's no other paperwork, I don't think, associated with it. So, so the motion that's been that was, and I'll just emphasise the point. These were words from the residents themselves. They haven't been polished or curated in any way. This is a sort of verbatim description of what the residents asked for at the annual assembly. So the town council formally recognise LGBTQ+ veterans who are discharged from service due to their sexuality. This recognition would include their inclusion in the Remembrance Day Parade and the laying of the wreath in their memory. Okay, so that's the motion. Any comments or questions, please? Councillor Russell.
It's not formally our decision, it's the Royal British Legion, but I would suggest that the council recommends to the British Legion that these people should be included.
Councillor Alban, yeah. Got a second of that. No comments on that. So I think we need to take a vote on that too, so we can then give a council view, pass that on. So all those in favour of the motion as set out by Councillor Russell. Thank you. Great, it's unanimous again. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Thank you. So item D, Biggleswade Pride Community. It is quite a long motion. So, I mean, I can read it out if you wish, or if people are happy and understand what is being asked. I think as chair, I would prefer to take this as one block, as one motion. Councillor Skilton.
Just a point of order, I guess. My understanding of reading this was that we can't take a decision on this because it was within the last 6 months. So this item effectively is mooted.
Town clerk.
You're exactly correct. Other than, so there, if you read the bottom advice, there are two sets of advice. So you can either have 5 members putting forward a pre-discussion resolution in writing, yes, or members can actually effectively determine in session to effectively counteract a previous decision, yeah, and then take a vote if they would wish. But then yeah, so you have those two choices if you wish to make a vote.
Okay.
You need a vote to effectively turn off the previous resolution.
Okay. Councillor Alban.
I'd like to propose that we do rescind the previous resolution.
Okay. Do Councillor Skilton? Okay, second. Okay. Councillor Strong, yes.
I read paragraph A of the advice. The decision whether affirmative or negative to the council shall not be reversed within 6 months except by a special resolution. The written notice whereof bears the names of at least 5 members of the council or by resolution moved in pursuance of a report or recommendation of a committee. Now, does this resolution comply with those rules? But I don't think it does, so even though it's part of the annual assembly. So I don't think we can do it in this way today.
So there's 2 routes to go down. You can either go down route 1, which is effectively point A, yes, or you can, it's not probably, maybe it's not properly described in here. The alternative route is for effectively council to dismiss that second thing, as I understand it. Route 1 is to put that motion forward in writing, which we occasionally do, or route 2, as I understand it, is to effectively change that by determination of vote, I believe. Mr. Knight.
Councillor Knight.
So my read of this, if it's this point A or O, is the choice is we need written notice by 5 members or a resolution of a report from a committee. So for example, if TCM wrote to main council and said we would like you to rescind this and reconsider, then we could, instead of the 5. I don't think we can just make a decision here, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah.
So I'd interpret A, yeah.
Yeah.
In which case we defer. Yeah.
Okay, well, where would we defer it to, I guess? As to
We would have to go to the next council.
The next council
And
meeting.
then members would either do A or B within A, yeah.
Okay, Councillor Knight, sorry, follow up.
I guess it
and
would be
Councillor
for a
Jones.
subcommittee to make a written recommendation to the council, at which point it would come back, or for 5 members to submit it to the next council, but it won't come back to next council unless one of those 2 things happen, as I understand it.
Yeah, that sounds fairly clear, I think. Okay, Councillor Jones.
And can I just add to that, if that was to happen, it makes me think that this would need to be broken down because it's not a like for the resolution that was made previously word for word, right? So it would need separating in some way, or is that a misunderstanding?
Well, it could, but the motion was taken as a whole. At the time of the meeting, it was made very clear.
Undo a potential decision, it's only part of it, so therefore would it then be packaged?
I'll let the town clerk come on, that as a procedural point.
Yes, you're correct. In effect, it only turns off one element of this overall recommendation. Yes. So it would then be for members, perhaps guided by the mayor, as to whether you would want to take it as constituent parts or whether you'd want to take it as a whole. There's a lot of detail here. Yeah.
Surely it's a resolution as a whole from annual assembly. We're playing about with stuff here.
Yeah, no, I quite agree, councillor Ross. It was made very clear at the time. It was taken as one motion. Yes, there's a number of sub points, but it is one constituent motion. So I think, I mean, okay, so we can't do anything about it this evening. And if colleagues want to change it, it's going to have to come to as per councillor Knight's description. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to move on. We can't take a vote on it. That's a procedural point. We'll just have to move on. Okay, thank you. E, Biggleswade Community Gardens. I'll just read it through again. Just that the town council support the community gardens project to improve the area near the railway through advertising, promotion, publicity and assistance in engaging with community groups. Councillor Thomas.
Yeah, I'm part of this group. So what we're doing is a mural near the train station. I think what we're trying to request is just a bit of support. Not material, because we've got all that, but if we need a bit of advertising or trying to involve the town, which is part of the bid, then that would be great. It would take a few emails or the odd post, nothing, no money, no help, nothing else. That's all we're aiming for. And I think that's kind of what it says, but just for clarity, if that helps.
Thank you. Councillor Skilton.
Thank you, and thanks for the update, Councillor Thomas. I think this does look like a really good project. I'd be really interested to know how the design of the mural will be kind of developed, and will the views of the residents and possibly even regular commuters that use that alley be taken into consideration in the design of the mural, because it's a very, very long wall. There's a scope for a lot of detail and information to be along that wall.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to pass that on to Councillor Thomas. I don't know the whole detail of the project, but if you want to comment, yeah.
The bid was quite detailed, so we kind of boxed ourselves in a little bit, but there is a block in the middle of Biggleswade. So that's the bit where we want people to say what they think of Biggleswade, what makes Biggleswade, what constitutes Biggleswade. And we're going to get groups of everybody we can to sort of do it, like do a short consultation, because we haven't got much time. But we'll ask the scouts, cadets, some of the schools, etc., to jump in. Even if the council wants to put up something, that's fine as a group, but we want groups to do it. And we also want them, probably going to ask them to bid to do a part of a board if they want to. But we have to define that. We've got a meeting on Friday to decide with the people who are working with to do that. But we're going to try and involve as many people as possible. So yes is the answer. We'll try. We want the people of the town to do something towards it.
Councillor Russell.
I'm happy to support this. I think it's a good idea, but if we as councillors and officers are going to help to support this, it might be helpful if details of the bid and what's being proposed were circulated to councillors and to the officers, so that we know what we're about, because I hadn't heard anything about it until the annual assembly, and I haven't seen any details. So perhaps if that could happen, it'll make it easier for all of us to spread the good word.
No, I think that's a really good idea. I mean, I was aware of some of the generalities, but we can always learn more. Councillor Thomas.
Yeah, that's why we raised it at the annual assembly. But we were hoping to get a meeting earlier than this week, but the situation changed a little bit. But we're definitely having our first proper meeting on Friday with the people who are giving us the money to do it. So we have to ask them if we can release the details, etc.
Okay, great. So I think we need to take a vote on that, don't we? Oh, sorry, Councillor Skilton, sorry.
Sorry, I think, so are we saying we're going to write to the Biggleswade Community Garden Organising Committee for details of the proposal to be shared with councillors?
I think that's what Councillor Russell was asking. Is that right? Yeah,
Okay,
I think
great,
so.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Yeah, great. So, okay, so all those in favour of that? Yeah. It's unanimous, I think. Yeah, great. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you. F, public work loans application. And then I'd like, I think the paper's fairly self-explanatory, but I think if Mr. Bohr wants to give us a couple of remarks about it, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So during the town council meeting on 21st of January 2025, members resolved to support officers making an application to the Public Works Loan Board for an amount up to 79,528. So to facilitate the PWLB application for 2025-2026, members are requested to adopt a specific wording of the resolution in accordance with the guidelines of the PWLB application. The application is in progress now, and by reaffirming an additional resolution, this will contribute towards a positive outcome. So the final drawdown from the loan will finally be decided by council after the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government approved the application. And the recommendation is for members to adopt the resolution to facilitate this potential PWLB loan, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ball. Any comments, questions? Councillor Foster.
I think it's fairly straightforward. I think I'd like to move the recommendation as laid out, please.
Okay. Councillor Strawn.
I'll happily second that.
Second that.
That doesn't commit us to actually taking the money.
Indeed.
It's
Yeah,
just
no,
enabling
absolutely.
us to take it if we need it. And I think that's the important part. And there is consultation that has to be gone through to get the approval in any event. So it's just approving the process that we do. So we've got the option, hopefully, in the future if we need it.
Okay, great. Councillor Knight, are you agreeing, or have
Yes,
you got a comment?
I'm agreeing and just adding the point. My
Okay.
understanding is the actual drawdown can't happen until this returns to council for authorisation. So
Fine.
this again is just reaffirming the application.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. Okay, so we'll take a vote on that then, please. All those in favour of the recommendation set out? That's unanimous again. Thank you very much. Okay. G. Proposed temporary road closure, Saffron Road, Biggleswade. And this is a note from Streetworks, Central Beds. It is to receive and consider, so we do need to have a response to this. Okay, comments please, Councillor Strawn and then Councillor Russell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Understand why they're doing it, but I do think we ought to make the comment that there will be places that will be cut off if it goes through on the basis of the full closure over that distance. And indeed, there may be occasions where they might have to reverse the traffic flow temporarily to get to Saffron Road or Saffron Court. If coming out, depending on whereabouts they're blocking it. And indeed, if they block it appropriately, we might not be able to hold council meetings. So we can, where we can live in hopes.
You make a very good point, Councillor Strawn. Councillor Russell, have you got a comment still?
I was going to make a similar comment and say, does that mean we could shut down the town council for a few days and all go on holiday?
Oh, okay. Great. Councillor Thomas, sorry, you got a question?
Yeah, it does kind of mean that the health centre's blocked off, so, and that's a one-way road, so.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm trying to think how we can.
Seriously, we
Yes.
do need to make the point
Yeah.
that we need access and Saffron Court needs access.
Yeah, okay. Councillor Skilton, then I'll wrap this up.
Yeah, I was just going to echo that. It does actually say access may be allowed from time to time. I think we just need to go back and be a bit more robust and say that access must be allowed to essential services and residents and, you know, anything else that's down there really.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll need to vote on this anyway because it's to receive and consider. So, does everyone understand what we're asking? So with those caveats for the street works on, so all those in favour? Good, it's unanimous again. Asia, did you capture the specifics around the access? Okay, great, thank you. Okay, number 17 then, planning applications. 9 Gemmet Grove.
Move it subject to neighbours.
Thank you, Councillor Foster. Okay, sorry, Councillor Barrett, yeah. Oh, you second that, thank you. B 25.
Point of order.
Sorry,
Mr.
Councillor
Mayor.
Strawn, yes.
I think we need to actually just agree it.
Okay.
Rather than say just having it proposed and seconded, the council does at least have to agree that proposal and second.
Okay. Okay, 17A, 9 Gemmet Grove. All those in favour? Thank you, it's unanimous. Okay. 17B, 25 Nursery Close. Any comments?
Subject to neighbours.
Thank you. Seconder for that? Councillor Skilton, okay. All those in favour? Okay, it's unanimous, thank you. 17C, the land notice and south of Dunton Lane, the battery energy storage system. Any comments or questions, please? Councillor Albo.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to support this, but I find I can't. I raised it when we objected before, and well, I raised the issue of archaeology. There were other objections too, but I can see no change in the position of the archaeology. The archaeology team really wants a plan to cover mitigation, so that no archaeology is destroyed as part of this. And the archaeology team were very disappointed, I think, with this application, and suggested it was withdrawn until this plan comes forward. There is no, I can't see anything has changed there. There is no plan. The position on archaeology is the same. So I would like to propose that we object with for the same reasons that we objected before.
Okay. Any other comments? Have we got a seconder for that? Councillor Ross, you seconding? Yeah. Or do you want to say something? Okay.
I don't think the landscaping plan is much different either.
Yeah, no,
So
I
definitely
couldn't find any.
support what Councillor Alban's proposed.
No, that's right. I couldn't find any change either. So it's interesting. Okay, so all those in favour of the objection, if you like, remaining. Okay, great. Unanimous again. Thank you very much. So 17D, land to the west of Unit 6 and 7 Albone Way. Comments, please? Or no comments, please, or whatever you want. Councillor Foster.
Move it subject to neighbours.
Okay, is there a seconder for that? Thank you, yeah. Okay, all those in favour? Yep, I think that's unanimous. I didn't see any problems there. 17E, 52 Stratton Way.
Move subject to neighbours.
So next over seconder for that. Councillor Russell, you're great. All those in favour? Great, thank you very much. Okay, number 18, planning application outcomes. Just have to note the report. Is there anything you want to draw attention to, Town Clerk? No. Okay, no questions, comments, great. Okay, so moving on then to number 19, accounts, 19A. I don't know if the Mr. Bull wants to say anything, or even the chair of F&GP at some stage, but I'll let Mr. Bull goes first.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So what I would say is the usual 4 reports for March have been uploaded on the website, and at this stage we can only call it a draft at this stage because they need to be verified by the internal auditor and the external auditor. The close down of accounts will be shared with members on the 10th of June Town Council, and also the final internal audit report will be shared with members on the 10th of June, and including the AGA. Also, please note that officers are preparing the AGA to be submitted to the external auditor latest by 30th of June 2025. That's all I will say for now.
We've done A, B, A, and C, great. 20 items of information, together with information. Bank reconciliation. Again. Or rather comment on this rather than again.
So it's a financial requirement within the financial regulations to offer a bank reconciliation. This particular bank reconciliation was shared with a member and signed off by a member, I understand, yes? Do you want to name the member present, I think?
Yep, so this was shared with Councillor Thomas, and officers will say thank you very much for verifying it for us. So the rest of the detailed bank statement and the bank reconciliations are all on SharePoint. And the recommendation is for members to note the report, please.
Okay, thanks. So noted. Yep. Okay, Councillor Barrett.
Just a simple question. Have we balanced the books?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Has it been?
Yes.
It has been balanced.
It has been balanced. Yes.
Okay. All right. Councillor Foster.
Just a point really, given that we have a change of mayor and deputy, and I think the way that I think we set up the bank signees, signatories is the word, at some point I guess we need to review that in line with the process, because we've got now different people in different roles that we may need to review. It's a bit of a process we've got to go through, but it's just a point to note.
Councillor Foster, thank you. Okay, sorry, Town Clerk.
Can I just properly respond to Councillor Barrett? So obviously there's two separate things here. We've got the bank reconciliation, which is clear. And separately from that, just so we're clear here, obviously we're in the process of closing the accounts for the old financial year. As soon as that information is complete and signed off by the auditor, we'll share the outcomes with all members. Yes, thank you.
Okay, 20B, formal complaint. This is just for noting, really. I think I've not had any involvement in this. I'll ask the Town Clerk to make one comment and then we can move on.
So the council has a formal complaints process. There was a formal complaint made by a resident connected to the precept that was set connected to the new financial year. That documentation was shared with the mayor, deputy mayor, and the chairman of the Finance and General Purposes Committee. And as a consequence of that conversation, I then did a detailed letter to the complainant and also attaching various reports for information. And they seem to be happy with that response. Thank you. I should just say that there is a requirement that is notified to members. Yeah.
Fine, thank you very much. Okay, and then the 20C letter from Biggleswade FM, I think, thanking us for the sort of funds. Item 20D, again, another one from Bloomingwell CIC. And then 20E, extraordinary council meeting 3rd of June. So we've got a report from the committee clerk on this one. Do you want to take this, Peter? Okay.
Okay, so members will be aware from previous conversations that CBC have opened a conversation in regard to the governance reviews connected to parish and town councils and parish meetings indeed as well. The working group have considered the information and the working group have made some recommendations that should now be considered by council. I've prepared a detailed paper associated with their recommendations, and that paper will be presented on the 3rd of June. Obviously, the clerk does have the power in consultation with chair to set up additional meetings, but I think it's just respectful to council to make them aware of the situation.
Thank you very much for that. Any questions, comments on that? It's pretty straightforward. I think we need to do it, and we need to give some good input into that review. I know some of the ideas are quite wide ranging, so we need to have a good discussion on that one. And it is just a note, but that's helpful. Okay, into public open session, number 21. Is there anyone online at all? No. Great, okay. And okay, so need to take a vote now on to go into exempt session. Yeah.